So, tonight what's on my mind is the fifth estate. And if you go back to the first few days that I got this mic, you'll know why I call it the big swinging mic. So, have you thought about the fifth estate? What am I talking about? The fifth estate under pressure. Can alternative media thrive? I'm just going to stay here. Introduction to the fifth estate. So, over the last few days, I happened to be up late at night. I found the Sasha Riley story, and I was doing a lot of processing with that. So I'm got my phone open because I'm restless, and I stumbled upon a live Substack, and I don't like Substack. To me, is like 1,000 baby birds, and my brain is one worm. But I happened to be on stumbled across a live, and I dipped into it, and it was very interesting because it was interactive amongst the hosts, or the presenters, right? And they were having like a roundtable discussion over something that was pretty eventful. I mean, it's in the headlines now, and they were parties to witnessing it, that story developing about the Epstein files. So, right place at the right time, I don't know. But I do want to say this about the Sasha Riley story. There is a demand, just like for drugs. There's a market for the drugs. There is a demand for the drugs. So the account that Sasha Riley presented to us opens up a Pandora's box of an industry of exploitation and violence. And we see the headlines. We see them on a regular basis about who was caught with inappropriate stuff, and it's illegal, involving minors. Where is that media created? Where is the subculture that generates that? That's the hardest thing about the Sasha Riley story, is looking in the face of that darkness that generates that. And that how many actors there are that partake of that, participate in that, contribute to it. And it's a darkness on humanity. It really is. So as we watch headlines develop, I wanted to keep that in mind. But I want to go over to, I've been watching and keeping in mind the fifth estate. We've got a crisis of government right now. There is an anti-bureaucratic movement, which is undermining. It's not. There's no way. Democracy is on the retreat right now, and it was caught with. We've been caught with our pants down. We just have. Kitchen table civics is because ignorance. We have to address our ignorance ourselves. I have to. I can't even say we. I have to address my ignorance myself. I can dig. I can learn. I can find answers. We've got the internet. And the fifth estate presents, in recent years, the term fifth estate has emerged to describe the influence of non-traditional media sources, including social media, blogs, and independent news platforms. This sector has been hailed as a democratizing force, allowing anyone to become a content creator and potentially hold governments and corporations accountable. However, the promise of the fifth estate is facing significant challenges, from misinformation to regulatory pressures. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It really is. But what I've been wondering is, how do we work this to use it as a tool for democracy. And I witnessed something that gave me hope. It did. This coalition of people that have platforms and seem to have genuine motives for finding justice for the survivors and for rooting out the corruption that's in our government, in our society. So, challenges. I'm going to scroll down. The future of the Fifth Estate. This is up to us, y'all. I believe it is. The content, improving content quality, fact-checking initiatives, ethical guidelines. Right now, we've got these sensationalist clickbait things being presented on YouTube for, watching the video. And it's deceptive. It's overwhelming more than anything else. It's just overwhelming. It's like, just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Don't embellish it, And there's some good creators, some good commentators behind those sensationalist titles that are just a plain turnoff to me. I'm trying to, I'd rather watch a professor give a lecture, right? I'd rather watch an expert give us a slideshow, a presentation, not listen to some talking head yap at me. And I'm here doing that despite myself because I do want to at least journal this effort. So fact-checking initiatives, ensuring financial viability, all of that. I don't really know. I mean, it's key components of the Fifth Estate. Social media platforms. Let's see. There we go. One of the most significant challenges is the spread of misinformation. Without the same journalistic standards as traditional media, content creators in the Fifth Estate can disseminate false information quickly, which can have serious consequences, right? Regulatory. But check this out. ICE as a secret police that they would like to be, social media is, I don't think they factored that in when they decided to put democracy down and rise up with securitocracy is a phrase that just came up. There's a young analyst. I'll have to get her name for you, but I did put her into one of the playlists. I'll put it in the description for this video. The military is decision-making for governments, and they have been since 2017. She presents the receipts. So that's something that we have to reckon with in order to fix democracy. We have to understand what's going on. We have to understand at least the framework of it and enough to know who to trust and whose guidance, whose viewpoints are valuable and not misleading. So, good grief, there's a lot right now. I want to continue with the Civics 101 with Harvard Ed, but that's on the assumption that we have a functioning government. We have a functioning representative republic for that to be valid information. So it's slipped a notch down my list. I'll update you on that later. One of the little ones, my little co-actors here, is not doing well. So the little moon face girl that I introduced, Kaya, she's snoring right now, but we might be missing her soon. Just putting that out there. Have a good night.